Hi everyone, welcome to this new episode of Spiritual Awakening. Today we're going to explore a really interesting topic, what myths are all about and what they mean, using the ideas of the famous myth expert Joseph Campbell. Have you ever wondered why myths are found in every culture or how they affect our daily lives without us even noticing? Join me on this journey to find out how myths are the heart of civilization and what they teach us about being human. Imagine an invisible thread that connects every culture in the world, from old tribes to today's giant cities. A thread woven not with string but with stories. Myths. Why did every culture, no matter when or where they lived, create myths? What is it about these stories that makes them last for thousands of years, hidden in our art, religions, and even in the movies we watch today? Joseph Campbell, a famous expert on myths, discovered that these stories are not just for entertainment. They are like secret maps that guide our minds and feelings, answers to questions that thinking alone can't solve. Where do we come from? What makes us human? How to face hard times or even death? According to Joseph Campbell, myths aren't just old stories. They're the foundation that civilization is built on. They hold our deepest doubts, thoughts, and social questions. Campbell said, "Civilization was built on myths. They are the heart of society." Joseph Campbell said that myths are like the hidden software of civilization. They're not stories for kids or old-fashioned superstitions. They're deep codes that hold the wisdom all people share. Think of them as a bridge between mystery and understanding. Why does the sun come up every day? For the Egyptians, it was the god Ra crossing the sky in his boat. For the Japanese, it was the goddess Amaterasu coming out of her cave. These stories weren't lies, but how people made sense of the world before science. Campbell said that society was built on myths. How? Because they show what a society thinks is important. Greek myths praised being clever, like Odysseus or Ulysses, and beauty, like Aphrodite. Norse myths celebrated bravery when facing fate, like the warriors of Valhalla. Today, even if we don't realize it, myths are still shaping us. Why do brands use archetypes? Nike, named after the goddess of victory, Amazon, after the mythological warrior women. It's no accident, it's the power of myth, adapting. But myths don't just explain the world, they explain us. Campbell worked with Carl Jung, and together they found out that myths are like mirrors of the hidden parts of our minds. The dragon the hero kills stands for our fears, the lost paradise. That's about us missing our childhood. Think about Snow White, the evil stepmother, the magic mirror, the dream of being rescued. They are universal symbols. That's why Disney works. It taps into myths that were already inside us. Campbell challenges a common idea. We're not looking for the meaning of life, but the experience of being alive. Myths help us connect what we feel inside with the world outside. For example, when we face a loss, myths about rebirth, like the phoenix, give us hope, or the hero's journeys, like in Star Wars, inspire us to overcome obstacles. Campbell said, myths meet our need to understand the things we can't figure out. Our whole lives we've been told that we need to find the meaning of life, but Joseph Campbell completely changed that idea. We're not looking for meaning, we're looking for the experience of being alive. When you climb a mountain, you don't do it to understand the mountain, but to feel the wind on your face, your heart beating, to feel alive. Myths are like maps for that experience. Campbell said that myths are alarms that shake us. They remind us that we are alive when we get stuck in a rut. Think about The Matrix. Neo chooses the red pill to feel the truth, even if it hurts. Rituals are myths in action. In Mexico, the Day of the Dead doesn't explain death, it makes it real, with flowers, skulls, and songs. It's a group experience of being alive, facing what we can't avoid. Joy isn't just in the big, amazing things. Campbell said it was like dancing. You don't dance to get to a certain spot, you dance just to dance. Myths teach us to find magic in everyday things. The next time you feel like life is grey, remember, myths are there to remind you that being alive, it's not a problem to solve, and it's a mystery to experience. Myths aren't universal. Each culture shapes them to fit their own values. For example, in the Catholic tradition, God is a strict old man. In the Gulf of Bombay, God is a peaceful being with two faces, showing two sides like good and evil. This shows that what's divine, like God, can't be pinned down to just one idea. Heraclitus put it this way: for God, everything is fair, but for humans, some things are right and others are wrong. Myths also show us what a society values. A culture that values controlling nature will have myths about conquering, while a culture that wants to live in harmony with nature will have myths about respecting it. Myths are not just things from the past. They are mirrors that show what a society values, fears, and wants. As Campbell said, show me your myths and I'll tell you what your culture is like. In ancient Sparta, their myths praised Ares, the god of bloody war. Meanwhile, in Bhutan, Buddhist stories tell of dragons that protect without killing. Coincidence? Their societies followed those examples. One was all about war, and the other was all about peace. Campbell found a pattern. Cultures shape their gods to be like them. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is a strict father, like societies with clear leaders. The Norse gods are not perfect and die in battle, just like the Vikings who looked up to them. Look at Kali in India, a goddess of sex and destruction, or Aphrodite in Greece, love as a chaotic force. Compare that with the Virgin Mary, see? Myths change because societies change. Superheroes are our new gods. Superman back in 1938 was a savior, like a hero sent to rescue everyone. Iron Man in 2008 is a super smart guy who's pretty full of himself. But he learns to be humble, right when technology is making us all a bit too proud. Today we have new myths, like the self-made entrepreneur, think Steve Jobs, or the all-powerful algorithm. These are stories that back up our current system, just like old myths about fate or what the gods wanted used to do. Next time you watch an ad, a politician's speech, or even your favorite show, ask yourself, what myths is it using? What ideas is it trying to make stronger? Myths are still alive and well today. Artists and writers use them to create stories that really speak to people. For example, The Matrix shows us Plato's cave story. Superheroes follow Campbell's hero's journey idea. Understanding myths helps us share powerful messages and connect with other cultures, building empathy and respect. From Harry Potter to Moana, they all follow the same pattern that the Greeks used 3,000 years ago. Because, like Campbell said, eternal truths need to dress up as new things. Think about it. Influencers are our new oracles. Memes are fables gone viral, and beauty filters, total magic transformations like something Circe would do. The silhouette challenge trend, that trend where people filmed themselves behind a red curtain, isn't new. It's the myth of the goddess behind the veil that they were already using in the temples of Isis 4,000 years ago. Brands are the new religions. They have sanctuaries like Apple stores, rituals like the lines for new product releases, and martyrs like the fanboys who defend their brand to the death. Starting today, you'll see myths everywhere, and when you spot them, you've hacked culture's secret code. So to wrap things up, myths are like a mirror for all of us. They tell us who we are and they bring us together and they help us feel alive. Like Campbell said, myths are the key to understanding who we are and why we do the things we do. I want you to think about this. What myths play a part in your life? How do they help you understand the world around you? Let me know your ideas in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, share this video, and please leave your comments. See you next time.